Remember when we were kids and our parents used to have to force us to eat our vegetables? They tried many methods, but it just didn't work until they realized that they can actually trick us into eating our vegetables, and that was usually done by them making the vegetables look better. Well, I feel like in South Africa, station wagons are those vegetables. We all know that they're good for us, they're practical cars, they're spacious, but South Africans just don't like them. Audi though has become that smart parent because they have realized that if you make a car like this look good, we'll definitely like it. I mean, look at this. This has got to be one of the best looking cars I've seen this year. This is the new RS4 Avant, and today we want to find out if Audi can make us eat our greens. See what I did there? Because the car's green. Yes, you got that. I got that. That's fine. I'm so eager to drive, I realize I haven't actually spoken about what's changed in this car. So as we said, this is the new RS4 Avant. By new, I mean facelifted. And you can see that because the front end of this car has been completely redesigned. You've got brand new headlights that feature this awesome matrix LED technology. And of course, you've got the stunning gloss black hexagonal grille. At the back of the car, the changes are more subtle. You'll notice that there's a beautiful chrome strip and LED lighting technology used on the taillights. But the overall look and feel of this car is again absolutely gorgeous. It just has a stance to it that many other cars don't have. Okay, now that I've spoken about how this car looks like, I want to drive now. So, the first thing we need to talk about when it comes to the RS4 Avant is what I'm doing right here, right now. Sitting quietly and comfortably, driving on a not so great road, but yet I don't feel much because I've got the car set up in comfort mode. I've got this vast cabin here where you can fit tons of things, groceries, children, dogs, cats, whatever you want to put in here, you name it, except for horses. Horses might be just a bit too big. But the point I'm making is that this car works in the real world. It's a vehicle that feels very civilized when you're driving it normally at the national speed limit, which you should be doing in any case. But that's the thing I like most about this vehicle, is the fact that it's almost got two personalities, but it always leans on the more comfort-oriented side, which is exactly what you want because, let's be honest, day-to-day driving experience is not really one that is filled with crazy driving and, you know, exciting things. So when you're doing the everyday commute, the RS4 Avant makes a lot of sense. So one of the first changes that I noticed in the inside of this vehicle is this new updated steering wheel. It doesn't look awfully different to the one that we, experienced before in the pre-facelift RS4. But one thing I do notice is that I've got an RS mode button, which gives you good information for when you're driving a bit spiritedly, or when you're on track, for instance. And what it does is that it also just makes it feel a little bit more special. Another nice thing that Audi has done is update the infotainment system to the latest version of the Audi software. And I've messed around with the system quite a lot in other models such as the new A4 and the Audi Q8, and I must say that the system works very nicely. It's intuitive, it's quick, it's very similar like working with your smartphone, which is exactly what you'd want as a consumer because you don't want to learn a new system. So remember that RS button we're talking about? I'm going to engage it now. And automatically, as you can hear, the engine tone changes, the gearbox goes into sport, the chassis gets nice and firm, and we can go. Oh my word. It's actually incredible how purpose-built this car is. There's something about a ZF automatic 8-speed gearbox. We've seen this gearbox being used in the likes of a BMW M5. We've seen it used in obviously the RS models. Whatever car this gearbox is linked to, it always works beautifully. I mean, I want you to try here these gear changes. So this is second gear, third, fourth. And I can't now accelerate more than that because I might get into trouble with the law. But out here in the cradle of humankind, this is exactly the place where you'd want a car like the RS4 Avant. Because first and foremost, I've got a 2.9 litre twin turbocharged engine producing 331 kilowatts and 600 Newton meters of torque. The hardcore motoring enthusiasts will tell you that a car like this is perhaps a bit more muted or boring compared to its rivals, the Mercedes C63 and the new BMW M4. But it's always a fine balance that manufacturers need to have when it comes to cars such as these. Yes, you want it to do all the fast stuff and the exciting stuff very well, but it still needs to be a very livable road car day to day. And I think that is the one thing that Audi has really pulled off on this car. So after spending time in the facelifted RS4 Avant, we can happily tell you that this is the perfect boy racers family car. It gives you the performance, it gives you the practicality, and as well, it's got these stunning looks. Personally, I think this is my favorite vegetable out there, if you know what I mean. Question is, are South Africans now going to eat their greens? Well, I know I am. I'm actually gonna go for a second helping now.